Hey YouTube, it is Queen Pam Elon QP, and I am back from a fabulous crafting weekend with my friends. It started out on Thursday of last week, the last week of April 2017, in case you're watching this way down the road. But I spent the night, I traveled from Kentucky to Ohio and spent the night with my sister, and we were going through a bag of keys that she had from my parents' house, and this was in there. And we don't know what it is. So I'm hoping that one of you in YouTube land, or I put it also on Twitter and I also put it on Facebook to see what it is. It opens and closes, and it looks to be, this handle thing is very, okay, we're not going to focus. Yes, we are. Come on. Well, anyway, so it's got this really ornate um, etched design on it. And it looks to be, it says made in the USA. This looks like you could poke something with it. And then this looks like it was maybe um, some sort of blade, but it's dull. Now, if it was a blade. And then there's a, see if I can get it to come by itself. Like a spoon of some kind. Let's give you, so it's not so much white. So I don't know. See if bringing that up, there we go. That's the design that's on it. And then it's just flat. So it looks like you could hit something with it. And so there's this multi-tool that I don't know what it is. And then it was this great, this is the, my mother stopped driving in the 1960s due to illness. And this was her key ring that she used for her car keys. But after that, she changed it out. And then there's a really old St. Christopher's medal. Be my guide, the patron saint of travelers. And so she kept that on her key ring to her car because she was a very nervous driver. So this is a precious thing to me. And then just a whole bunch of keys. And some of them are really, really cool looking. Kind you don't see these days. There was a Yale. There was this really cool button. I'm gonna have to do it. It's not liking to focus unless it's got something colorful. It says YouTube, and it says YouTube wear me out. So you know that's going on an art journal page or somewhere. And this I recognize as a suitcase key. Probably to her train case where she kept all of her makeup. Giant keys. So that was a bunch of keys that, skate key, I don't know what that is, that I got at my sister's house that I will be turning into some art. Look how pretty that one is. Yeah, you're going to focus. Good. So keys don't look like they used to. So independent lock, it says. So just some really interesting keys that I will be working up into some art. So the purpose of the trip was to go to the pop-up store that Simon Says Stamp had in Columbus, and on Friday, and then on Saturday to travel up to Akron. So let me get that stuff out. So what we did was I was to travel from Cincinnati to Dayton to Marco's paper crafting store and meet my two friends, and then we would head up to Columbus. So at Marco's, I bought some cut and dry foam pads in both the felt and the foam, because I also bought off of eBay some little bitty mini stamp pads, and I ran out of foams to make my own minis, because Stampin' Up! Doesn't do the minis unless you buy that paper pumpkin, and I'm not really going to buy the paper pumpkin, so I want my Stampin' Up! Ink pads to be minis, and that's how that journey started. And then you can also use these to apply paint and over your stencils and that kind of thing. Well, they had a Faber-Castell person there doing a make and take, which I didn't have time to do. But I guess because they were there, they gave you this gift bag if you bought anything Faber-Castell. Well, I didn't really need anything Faber-Castell, but I did buy a gelato. And I believe this is like a black gelato, because you can always use black in mixed media. And so you got a book on mixed media with gelatos. So I got two of the same thing, so I'll probably give that to a crafting buddy. You also got these texture cards, which I will open now. I like that package. That'll make a nice thing on the jelly plate. Might have to hold on to that. Oh, okay, so they're in here attached to this, and they're all, they have the feel of like a credit card. Yeah, they're stuck together good. A little too good in my mind. So these are things that you can use on your jelly plate to move paint around, or to move modeling paste or whatnot on a canvas of some sort. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, well, a bunch of them. You guys see them here. With all of these different combs. Wow, stuck together really good. So, oh, and it, it even comes with a ring, a jump ring for you to keep them together. That's a good thing, because they're really stuck together well. So, and it came with this nice, oh, it also came, they gave you 2 stencils. So I guess you could use those with your gelatos. And these are made out of paper, but I've bought some of these before, and I just cover them with matte medium, and they hold up. You also got one of their crayons, and I don't know much about the crayon. I'll have to find out. And they also gave you a gelato. So put that away. And then we got in the car and we headed on up to Columbus. We stopped to eat. I believe it was Wendy's where we ate, and then we went on to Simon Says. It was the classes that they had with Tim Holtz and Jennifer McGuire and Kay Warner, and I did run into Kay Warner. I took no pictures because I never think to take pictures when I'm at events like that. So I was just really excited to meet her and to meet Stephanie Bernard, who did the one make and take that we were able to participate in, because they had run out of wristbands. the deal was if you spent $50, you got a wristband and you could do all the make and takes. Well, I spent well over $50, but I was too late to get a wristband. But they did have one free one, and this was from Stephanie Bernard. And if you bought anything Sizzix, you got this catalog with fabulous samples in it for you to look at and possibly decide you want to buy something else. So here's what I bought at the pop-up store. This cute little word die that says create. I'll do another video later once I make my day journal from this day, and you'll be able to see everything cut out. Because that's my thing. I make a book every time I go somewhere. This is the one I made for when I went to the show in Indianapolis. And I use a lot of the product that I buy. So I'll make something similar to that for this event. And this is a honeybee smile die that goes with this stamp set. And this is from Right at Home. And I didn't know anything about them, but I will have to look into it because I thought this was cool. There's a hello, a thank you, a celebrate, and a bless, all with the shadow outline, which seems to be all the rage now. And I know it's in here somewhere, but I bought the die for this too. And it says love. This, they had the sample sold me on this because this really is not the way I do things. But when I make my book, you'll see I'm pretty much going to case the sample in my book. Delightful, grateful, shadow and word. Yeah, love, shadow and word. And this one called Circle of Leaves. Brothers, nephew, son. Because usually they give you like father. My father's passed away, so I don't need to send a Father's Day card. But I have nephews and brother-in-laws or brothers in love and a son. And I surely have a sister, daughter, and nieces. All by Simon Says Stamp. So it was kind of nice. They had like a room just full of another cool key. Full of product. And they didn't just bring their stuff, as you can see. And it's got this Concord and 9 Say Hello dies. And I like it because there's like you can get 3 versions of hello with this die. You get a really thin cut here, a thick cut, and then another thin cut. And then you can put this one over the thick one and cut. Just fabulous. So this was the Sizzix thing that I bought. It's a 3D embossing folder. I'm going to have to figure out the sandwich. Probably going to have to use the sandwich like Spellbinders because it's really thick. It's thicker than a normal embossing folder, and that's how they get the various levels of embossing to make it what they call 3D. So that was everything from Simon Says Stamp. No, I also bought this. Clarity stencil brushes. I love them. But when I got to Akron to the convention, they were at a better price at a booth in convention. These are $28.99, and at my craft room, they're $26.99. I was a little sad about that. Anyway, all right, I'll be back with the Akron haul. So, we spent the night at Rena's house, several of us, and we got up at the crack of dawn and headed on Saturday morning to Akron. Lynette came from Dayton and met us, and we got in Rena's husband's F-150. Had no idea how big those things are. I sat in the back and I could not reach the cup holder that was on the back of the console for the front seat. So 5 of us sat in that truck comfortably and headed to Akron. One of the interesting things that I saw at the show was called a better cloth. And it's really a microfiber cloth. This one has been cut down. I got 4 pieces out of it that are, I have a ruler. So the 4 pieces are 11 by 11. So 22 by 22. No, 22. Yeah, 22 by 22 is the square that you got. And it was $10 with one of these. So it came in this package. It was $10 with one of these. Well, I bought 2 of those. And so then you got an extra cloth with buying 2. And this is a little table sweeper. Like you see in the restaurants, they come get the crumbs. So I thought that might be interesting for my work table. She had it over some, well, let's see right here. I've got some styrofoam going on, and it did pick that up. So this isn't on a flat surface. So now, let's see. Yep. So there you go. So that kind of sold me on that. And then I know the microfiber cloths work really well. And this one isn't, this one isn't sticky like the ones I bought out of Amazon. It's smooth. Whereas this one has the ridges. And so she was using it to clean your stamps. She had the big one wrapped around a Stampin' Up! Case so that it was flat. So then you just come and brush your stamps over the top of it. I'm going to use it like we're all using that chamois. And I have it, you know, in my chamois where I keep the chamois. So that was a good thing called a Better Cloth. I don't see the website, but if you go a Better Cloth, you'll probably come upon it, hopefully. This was one of the things I got at Michael's. It says it's polystyrene synthetic paper. It's water resistant and tear resistant, so it says it's great with alcohol or dye inks. I will be putting it through its paces, and I'm hoping it's similar to Yupo, but we'll see. Lynette brought me this Altenew stamp called Rain or Shine, because she was ordering, and I threw that in her order, and she brought it to me, but I count it as Akron because that's when I got it. Was that Akron? I broke down, and I bought the scribble sticks because Journal Artista said she liked them, and I trust her. Even though I have Neo2s, and so does she. She said they were approved. And at Technique Junkies, I bought these girls. You'll get to see what I do with them. I have the big ones. They have this one. This one should hit the website today, but we were able to get it at the show. And it says, if you think my hair is big, you should ask me about my dreams. She looks like she's dreaming to me. And this says, life is tough, my darling, but so are you. So that was my first go through at, oh no, some more. Got this one. It's named Queen. In case you want to get it. Peeking. I'll give you a close-up. Called Life is Tough. Big Dreams. Beautiful Strength. And Beautiful Faces. So those were the stamps I got from Technique Junkies. This was the name of the show. This was the brochure. And they had a special. I think if you buy 5, you got a background stamp free. So where's my background stamp? It's not there. Yep, this was the background stamp I chose for myself, Large Poppy. I ended up going back there because I didn't see the stencils the first go around. And I love stencils. This one is called Wispy Vines. This one is an art anthology, but they were selling them. It's called Industrial. And I'm not really sure what we're looking at, but for mixed media, I think it'll be really cool. This one is called Fragments, and I just loved the way it looked. This one's by Colorful Life, and it's called Side Hat. And so there's a woman's face, and you really do kind of have to take this one out to see it all, because, yeah, there you go. You can see the whole hat there. And this was what I saw first that drew me to the stencils. That is a cool stencil there. And this one is gorgeous. Now, unbeknownst to me, when you buy 6 stencils, you got 10% off. Didn't know it. It's called Gothic Swirl High Fashion Side Hat. In case I fell off doing that. And I threw them all away, unfortunately. I went and I got Falling Snow, Cogs. This is from Impression Obsession. Solid Petunia, Waves, and there's one more. Yep, down here in this bag. It is Petunia cover card, because I love the cover cards. Then at Simply Said Rubber Stamps, I bought this die, and it was $5.99. I know you can get it from the Slow Boat on China on eBay for a lot less, but I don't want to wait for the Slow Boat on China. So, same thing here. This was at my craft room. This Tutti die. Very pretty. That's how it die cuts. And she also had the Altenew stamps. And I treated myself to a couple sets of her layering medallion dies. I had to tell my friends, don't judge me, because I was buying 2, so I'm going to say that to you too. YouTube, don't judge me. I work hard for my money. And that was, I believe, everything that I bought at the convention. There was a woman who was making custom stamps very similar to this one. I know they were by Brother, because I saw the machine she was using. She didn't do faces, but she did give you a couple of lines, and she had created by and that kind of thing. So it was for the back of your card type stamps. It was $20. My friends are incredibly happy with theirs. I can't for the life of me remember where I bought mine, and I've had it a while. So there was one other place that we went actually before the convention, and I should have done that in that order, but we went to Hollos, and we bought paper. These are envelopes, because you got 250 of these. They're almost like Nina quality envelopes. So I am set for envelopes for a while. And if you don't know about Hollos, they are in New Brunswick, Ohio, and they sell paper by the pound. So I got this paper, some black cardstock. I got about that much. And I don't know that that's a pound, because I didn't care. I just grabbed what I wanted. I love this paper here. Silver mirror paper. It's cut to 4x6. $3.50. And look at that. You don't even want to buy mirror paper from Paper Cuts. You won't get that price. And I bought gold. Now the gold's a little thicker, but it does die cut beautifully. in my Vagabond. And I bought this little offcut because I figured for cutting words, you can't really see it, but it is metallic like a white pearl. And this black glitter paper, I figured also for cutting words. Stack of it for $3.50. I did not mean to buy these, but some more envelopes. I guess I forgot to put them back. So I've got some envelopes for like when I teach classes. They're not the same quality as those other ones, but they're 100 for $5. Yeah, they're not the same quality as those other ones, but they'll do. So I'm definitely set for envelopes. And I like blue Yoo-hoo, and it's hard to find where I live. And I did the math. The bigger one is a better buy. Well, I can't say it. A better buy than the smaller one. But I wanted a smaller one in case I was doing something that was small, so I didn't waste the big one. And these are 3x4, and I can stick ATCs in these. And that was the haul from the weekend. So as always, I leave you in the hands of the Creator. Be blessed.